What's on, guys? Cuz Crypto here with another video. So in today's video we're just going to do a nice market update of what's been going on over the last 24 hours, news in the market in the crypto space, and just having a look of really what's going on. Anything in this video isn't financial advice, it's just a guy who loves to chat and loves cryptocurrency. So as you can see at the minute, the market cap of the total cryptocurrency space is going up to 3.44 trillion, so it's up 2.37%, and the fear and greed is just below that 70 out of 100. So it's still looking, it's in the green, and alt season at 28. So as we can see here, Bitcoin is now nearing, again, 110,000 on this time recording. So at $109,792 or $88, and again on 24-hour up 2.5%. So like we said in yesterday's video, when obviously Bitcoin sells off a little bit, that'll sell off like it did about 4 and a bit percent over 2 to 3 days from the high. And then as we go down kind of the rankings of the cryptocurrency projects, usually there'll be a bit more volatility there. But as we can see, Ethereum up nearly 3%, and it's $65 over that $2,500 kind of level of support. XRP the last week really has been reasonably flat. I'll say last week, about last 4 days. Again, up 2.13% on the daily, which is good to see. Solana 3% up, and again Cardano 4 and a bit percent. So Cardano's had a little bit of a push, had a little bit of liquidity put into it. Sui is actually up nearly 3% on the 24-hour, which is good to see, and Chainlink nearly 4%. Avalanche 6%, great to see, and then Hedera 3.5%. Pepe, obviously being a meme coin, guys, volatility a lot higher, but up 7.5%. But again, like I said, expect that when things sell off, expect that to drop a lot lower. So if you're trying to leverage trade, if you do, I'm not saying to do it, again, no financial advice there, be careful with meme coins when you're leverage trading, or even trading in general, to be fair. And then Aave down again, reasonably flat, but on the weekly up nearly 21%, which is great to see. BitTensor, good holding a BitTensor, so 6% up. Yes, and then Ondo 4%, great to see, and then Casper 3%. So let's go into the charts. Let's look at Bitcoin's chart. So this is the 4 hourly candles. Let's go to start on the daily candle. So as we can see here, Bitcoin on the daily, it closed above 109,000. So we had that pump from 107 to 109. Now, what might cause that? Well, our best friend, Donald Trump. Basically 11 hours ago, Trump agrees to delay 50% tariffs on the EU until July 9th. So that's about a month and a half away. But then in the meantime as well, the European Union also states that they want to move quickly to negotiate a new trade deal with the US. And then as we've seen, Bitcoin did pump up to $110,000. So yeah, again, a lot of people say news doesn't move the cryptocurrency space, but the cryptocurrency space, when you got your retail investors, then you got your kind of institutional investors. So institutional investors look to kind of go for the long game, and they think they're not really selling off really much or at all, whereas your retail might sell off from fear because those tariffs got put in on the Friday, and so Thursday into Friday. So Friday from here we go, if we, like we said again, so going from here all the way down to here, so 4.5%, just over. Again, that's about what, $5,000. So it's a significant amount, but again, other cryptocurrency projects did move a bit more. But it goes to show news such whatever Trump says can have a bit of a reaction in the market. So again, I didn't sell anything what I've got. I don't really hold Bitcoin, guys. I hold XRP, some Solana, kind of like Hedera, Sui. But yeah, and Bitcoin dominance, as we can see here, Again, we came down a bit, but again, it's quite flat at the minute, and we're kind of holding. It's on the daily. Let's go. Yeah, let's stick on the daily. So on the daily still, it's holding at that 64.5%, or 64.3% resistance, let's say. So it's not able to get over it, which is good, because obviously we don't want to see the Bitcoin dominance to go up, because then altcoins aren't doing as well. So to get back down to where we had a bit of a pump in the start of May with the altcoins, to get back down to there, we're looking at Bitcoin dominance have to drop about 3%. So again, when altcoins get that bit of a push, obviously when liquidity gets injected into Bitcoin, again, your institutional investors, they tend to hold their more stable assets, because obviously they got more money to put into it, so they'll see more gains. Even if Bitcoin goes up 5%, they'll see a significant amount of gains. Whereas us retail investors, we haven't got that amount of money to pump into Bitcoin, so we go for the lower projects to try and get that higher risk to reward ratio. So obviously, if you have your spot, like what I do, and I hold it in a Tangent wallet, again, not sponsored by them, but I just like to just mention that holding your own cryptocurrency and having it secure, I know it's safe. But with that, I hold my spot bags, and it, like we say during the tariff time. So let's say I've been holding XRP. And again, when the tariffs did drop and it went down to, again, it was a wick, it wasn't a daily candle close, but it wicked down to $1.62, which is a significant drop from being in, 3 days, well, even not 2 days, 25%. I mean, that's if you, I don't know, let's say hold $5,000 worth of XRP, and your retail, and again, retail can differentiate on, it can differ of how much you have in capital, but to your general person, $5,000 going down to 25% off that would be about, so go down to near 3,750 or 3,500. That's a significant drop. So it can get a bit scary, but again, because you're holding it, you're not selling it. Again, we came back up, all fine. And we're back now from obviously down to those lows of $1.62. We got to as high as $2.60. Again, that's a 60% increase. But again, guys, just be careful. And like I said, if you leverage, and anything can happen, any news can happen. So, and Trump announcing the tariff news on the EU, obviously, where are we here? So on the 23rd of May it was. So again, XRP, let's go from high wick. Let's say you just think, oh yeah, we're all great here. Bitcoin's going to all-time highs. We're all euphoric. I mean, we dropped 7%. Some people that 50x leverage, people do it. They might have, they might have put, $100, $200 pound onto that, and then 50x leveraged it. So let's say $100, 50x leverage, $5,000, thinking, oh great, we're euphoric. All the altcoins are going to break out now as well, and then you get liquidated. You're like, oh well, that that £100 or dollars could have went into a spot bag of XRP. Again, it's something that I tend not to do. I only leverage ever if I get a significant thing back. Like I got a really small holding on meme coins, only 5%. And if I had a meme coin called Chinese Andy, I know it was a $30,000 market cap, and it's now currently around $700,000. So I made altogether, I had about £50 worth average on, I'd say about 70,000 market cap. No, 50,000. So I made about a 12x on it. So I sold 3/4 of it, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to put £50 in on a leverage, and they're doing okay at the minute. But yes, so let's look at the Ethereum chart as well. So Ethereum, we're still holding over that 2,500 range as support, which is great to see, even during the volatility. On the daily, we are closing over those candles. We're closing over that 2,500, which is what we want to see with Ethereum, just because it's got more momentum. And then we're seeing kind of levels of 2,670, I reckon, on the daily, 2,684, 85. On the daily, if we break a candle above 2.7, we can then push on up maybe to over 2.8, and then maybe onto the 3,000 as a psychological level of resistance. And just wanted to mention, guys, I wanted to show you on the weekly. Where are we? On the weekly chart. Look, Bitcoin has had its highest ever close on a weekly, so 109,000. So it's great to see. Obviously, the news helped it a little bit, but whether it would have came up as well just because of the kind of sentiment behind Bitcoin and the fact that we are in a bull market, whether the news pushed it, whether it was the fact Bitcoin is on that upwards trajectory, and it's just showing signs of bullish momentum. And then just a quick one of XRP, like what I was saying. So realistically, let's go down to the 4 hourly. So 4 hourly, so let's zoom in a bit. On the 4 hourly, we are looking at XRP hitting levels. So realistically, we've got levels of what, 233. So we're trying to hold that as support. I mean, on the daily, we are above it, 233. And then whether we can get past this $2.45, and then push on up to the 260 again. 260, we weren't really above it for ages. We kind of just wicked it and came back down. But the 245 is kind of the next level of resistance we want to hit past. As you can see, XRP has come down through this level of 233. But again, because of the news and market sentiment, things did sell off slightly. But on the weekly, we are still above that 233, which is great to see. And then Solana, guys, let's have a quick look. We are nipping up to that level of 280, which we just can't break at the minute. We had a little bit here, but it's on the weekly, we're not still above that 280 close. We're holding 165, 164 very well. We're using that as levels of support. The resistance here of 180, again, a significant resistance that if we break, then we go past 200, and then we can even push on to 250. 250, I think it is, around that range, to then see Solana maybe push on a bit more. And then let's look at Sui, guys. So Sui, again, we're coming this between 150 to 250 EMA cloud, which I've got here, and again the RSI is around 40, so we are in towards the oversold range with Sui. And again, from that pump to when the news or the market sentiment turned to a bit of a sell-off, Sui has come down. Let's go down to here, 18%. So whether we see any more kind of downwards trajectory, I mean, on the weekly, guys, Sui is now possibly using this 360 kind of 65 as a level, or 363 as a level of resistance now. Could be possible, and we could then be looking down to this, where is it, down here, sorry, of 330 as the next level of support. Hopefully we go down there, and Sui does bounce back. Again, the project, I mean, we see quite highs and lows of it. Again, this bull market, Sui has, its pumps have been quite significant, and probably one of the best in the markets in the last, the most consistent, I would say, in this market. Yeah, so and then just wanted to go over what was it as well, some BitTensor Tau. BitTensor Tau, again, another AID pin kind of play, looking quite strong at the minute over that EMA. But yes, it's the markets at the minute for BitTensor are looking very good. It's a market cap of about 3.5 billion. So I always get my spot bag of BitTensor every time I get capital. Again, with everything going on with it, it's a project that's holding really well. Again, I managed to get some, down here at the where are we? Not down here, sorry. Gosh, let's zoom out a minute. So let's go on to the daily. So onto the daily, I managed to get some down at the market lows. I think I bought about 190. I think it was $190. Let's go from here, but let's go from the bottom. So even that, I mean, up nearly 200%. BitTensor, I think, is very underrated, and now it's just ranging between 385, 380, but as levels of support, but mainly 315 at the minute, I'd say, is that level of support, but it can wick down to that 390, 385, and that level of resistance at the minute, we're kind of hitting, levels of 470, wicking up to 490 on the daily candles. Yeah, guys, and then other things we want to look at as well. So obviously, Cointelegraph break-in last 27 minutes. Florida proposes eliminating state capital gains on Bitcoin, XRP, and stock, which is huge bullish news for the markets in absolute general. That's absolutely brilliant to see. Whether it gets passed is another thing. Again, this is just news being put out there. We actually need to see action for their market price. Again, this is good, and it gets exposure to the cryptocurrency space. But again, whether we see a push on from here with other kind of legislations getting put in, that's kind of what we want to see. And then obviously with the Coinbase ranking app, we are down again on all apps, down to 326. So we're below 300, top 300 now, and financial app is 17th. So we are down we're about flat on that really. But as you can see, in general market, so financial market, people have a bit more of an understanding and probably have a bit more of a gauge on Coinbase and what it is, and but all apps, that kind of goes to the kind of general society, or your average person, as we're all average people. I mean, but what I'm saying is their financial kind of initiative is probably not as much as people using finance apps. So they probably think, okay, if Bitcoin's going to all-time highs, I got to buy Bitcoin, I got to get into the Coinbase, I got to buy these other cryptocurrencies. Well, at the minute it's 326. So as you can see, Bitcoin's near its all-time high. That is, the app's ranking is quite low. It's great to see. And guys, again, I mean, search terms, we're on a downward trajectory again because Bitcoin's selling off. Everything's selling off. Even Ethereum, I mean, I was just comparing. You got Bitcoin, which is blue, XRP, which is red, and Ethereum, which is yellow. So Bitcoin, obviously, like I said in the last video, look, it's coming up to here in November, when obviously it started spiking and hitting its kind of all-time highs. And then XRP comes in right after. And Bitcoin and XRP seem to be the ones that are kind of the higher kind of searched terms within the Google kind of system. Whereas Ethereum, in the last year, really hasn't really increased much. Again, there was a video on people saying that it was... people didn't know how to spell it because it was IUM rather than EUM. But again, if you don't know, you don't know. And then just wanted to look at inflows and outflows. Let's go up to here. So Bitcoin on the daily, let's look, it's 24 hours, outflows of 98 million. Last 12 hours, 43 million in. So again, it's that kind of Trump news pushing that a little bit. But yeah, on the Ethereum, minus 21 million. And then XRP actually up 11 million. So good for us XRP holders. But yes, at the minute, kind of flat on how much is going in. Sui actually has a bit of green. So that's good to see for Sui. Obviously, from the news of the Cetus hack, Sui seems to be bouncing back, which is great to see. And then what else do we have here, guys? So BTC leverages. So on the 7 days, go 30 day. So you're looking at, you've got a couple, what's that? 100x leverages. Is that 100x leverage there? Yeah, that's 25 and 100, yeah. So you've got a couple. So the main ones significant are around that 100k mark. So again, guys, to get rid of most of these leverages, we're looking at probably, again, let's go on to the 7 day, because obviously Bitcoin hitting all-time highs. You're looking at probably 103 to 104,000, where Bitcoin could see a little bit of a pullback if it does, because obviously there are corrections in the market. But to wipe out some of these leverages, again, with these 50x leverages, or 100x leverages even, because of, they put it up around the 105, they're going to probably be liquidated at about 103, 104. So they might have a stop loss as well. So again, if you go down to 104, their stop loss might be 104, 103 something. So we might wick down to there just to get rid of some of those leverages. But again, it's a significant amount, guys. Yeah, so that's me for today. Hope you guys have a good week, and remember to look after each other, keep fit, keep healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Have a good one.